Good morning, folks. Welcome to another day of building at EV. I am just diluting some of this stuff, which is a bit like Path Clear or something else. This one is an organic thing, supposed to help keep the algae down and stuff. So I'm about to paint that onto the canopy. So this looked like a useful way of figuring out how much to use, and so I will now go and get on with that, and you'll see me there. So I'm wondering whether this will become a watching paint dry video. I'll do it. There's a lot of jump cuts to get over that, but essentially this is I'm just using a kind of a what I would call a fence brush, you know, a fat sort of brush that you'd use for painting stuff on fences. And I'm just making sure I get into all of the seams because that seems to be where where algae starts to grow and stuff. And this is very much prevention. You know, you can use this stuff as a cure. So you just paint it on, and once it's dry, then it's supposed to last a while and stuff. This stuff is called Algon, but as I say, it's an organic-y type thing, Path Clear and other things. There are various boaty ones. Obviously, you buy boaty ones and it'll cost you 3 times as much. So try and avoid those if you can. And then a day or two later, then I'm putting it onto the poles. Terry at Purvis Marine uses sort of the old style method of kind of laying out where you want the poles, bending them into place, putting them in, and then using material and stuff to get the canopy that you want. I have had one that was scanned and stuff, you know, the modern way of doing it, and just scan it and very quick and easy and what have you. But it resulted in a very tight canopy that looked really good to begin with, but was difficult to sort of maintain the right sort of, well, it shrunk, as they all do. People will tell you they don't shrink, they do shrink. So I thought it was worth giving you guys a little tour of the nuances of this canopy versus my old canopy. Fortunately, Terry was very patient with me at Purvis Marine and helped me get exactly what I wanted. Listening to what he kind of explained from his years and years of experience, but I think everybody's needs are slightly different, and well, as ever, I've got my own ideas. So all down the side here, then these are just on snap buckles. So these snap buckles are so that it makes it very easy to just unclip everything from the inside, and I have snap buckles at the back as well. Terry did want me to have the pull buckles which you thread through, but it just makes it easier. You can just clip one of the back ones on when you pull it up, and then you're inside to do the rest of it. Now all of these little tabs here are because when you fold the canopy down just to move the boat a little bit, instead of kind of like actually going for well, I don't know, people tell me that you should always take the sides out before you fold it down. Now the reality is, for me, that never happens because I'm too hacky lazy, which is one of the reasons why I've got circles here, because these tabs I will put on some bungees or something to get everything to sort of fold inwards, so that I don't end up with loads of canopy hanging over the side, which gets all mucky in the locks and just potentially gets caught in things or gets in the way when you're walking down the gunnels. So my plan is to attach bungees from here to here and here to here, so that it pulls the thing in. Now the reason I've got so many of these is because I don't know how that's going to work yet. Nor does anybody else, because I've never seen it done. But I figure that if they're there, then I can try it, and if it works, then that's great. And if it doesn't, then it was an idea that I had and I tried. But anyway, so on this canopy, then Terry puts the zips up at the top, and the snap buckles at the front that you get to from the front of the gunnel, and so that you can push the hatch back even with the canopy up. Out here, I'm currently on the Lark and the Ewes and stuff. Then obviously the bridges are huge, and you could cruise all day with canopy up. One of the reasons why that window is relatively narrow and doesn't go out to the sides is because if it goes out to the sides, then when you collapse it, then I find that you end up with creases, and creases in the plastic windows On my old one, then I ended up with a couple of little holes, which were just because creases have formed weaknesses. And so anyway, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really good. The snap buckles from the outside with no poppers and everything makes it look really tidy, I think. And so there we go. Purvis Marine. Can't recommend them enough. And I'll do a shot from the outside. I understand that it's usual to have snap buckles and things on the outside of the canopy for the reasons that I explained before. Then I've got them inside, and as an added bonus, then it makes it look a lot neater. And if you are a little unsure when walking down the gunnels, you can actually kind of cup your hand underneath the bottom of the canopy to give you some reassurance, which is really nice. The three broken windows there, the fabric obviously is a lot more flexible than the plastic windows would be, so that's why there's three of them, to give kind of weaknesses in the canopy to so that the folds happen. So I can do a bit more adjustment of the various buckles and things to tighten her up and make her look even neater than she does there. But I'm very pleased with that. It makes a very useful drying spot when it's a bit windy to have the washing out on the bank. But that's it for now. See you next time.